morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, cause it's showtime!
Welcome to the Morning Brew Morning Cruise in the house.
You know it's Thursday when you get off to a late start.
Are we crooked?
No, I think we look fine. I just look bigger than you.
Is that what it is?
I've been eating a lot this week. A lot of pizza, apparently, yeah.
A lot of pizza.
A lot of pizza.
I just want to say good morning. It is a little rainy out, so take an umbrella. It rains, it stops. If you go this way and the clouds go that way, you don't get wet. Just a friendly reminder.
Just walking through the rain clouds.
I got to tell you, I am really surprised. Today, I'm very excited.
Phew. You know, I never know what you're going to say when you go, I am. You're like a Mad Lib. I am angry. I am
What the hell is a Mad Lib?
Seriously?
Mad Lib? What is that?
He's like a Mad Lib,
Max?
right?
Oh, yeah.
What's a Mad Lib?
See, you're kidding, right?
I don't know if I believe you or not.
What's a Mad Lib? Anybody want to help me here? What's a Mad Lib? Yeah. And another one. And another one.
Then you fill them in on what a Mad Lib is since you have a mic.
What's a Mad Lib?
It's like choosing your own words in a funny way. Like, the sentence goes on like, I did this adjective or noun or verb. You put some random word in there.
This is a thing.
Yes.
It's a whole thing. You can buy a book of Mad Libs. Freddie is blank on blank day of the week. Freddie is angry. Freddie is excited. Freddie is perturbed. Freddie is crazy. Freddie is... And then you leave this blank, and it tells you what part of speech to put in it, and then you can continue along on the conversation.
So let me get this right. You people have created a book on Freddie is angry, and that's a book. That's called a Mad Lib.
Anything. I like noun. Dogs, I like eggs, I like cats, whatever a noun is. I like it.
You actually put that in a book?
Yes.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
When you went on airplanes and family vacations, you do not take a book of Mad Libs and fill it out along the way?
There is something seriously wrong with you. No, I did not do that. Did you guys do that? I got to ask Slick. Slick, do you know what the hell they're talking about?
A Mad Lib, Slick.
A Mad Lib. Mad what?
Mad Lib.
L-I-B?
M-A-D-L-I-B.
Mad Lib, not lips. Lib. You got mad lips. Mad Lib, L-I-B.
Slick doesn't know a Mad Lib, Henny.
Oh, really?
It must be a thing for sophisticated people.
Slick is very sophisticated.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are sophisticated. You create your own language.
We always talked about doing like a Freddie dictionary, a Freddie Mad Lib.
All right, here we go.
Fill in the blanks of what Freddie said. Freddie said
You remind me of my son
today.
doing this ridiculousness.
Your son would love it, actually. Giovanni would love to do a Mad Lib.
He always repeats some of the crazy stuff that I put together because I just have a tenacity of putting examples.
SAT, ding, ding, ding.
I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses here. Mad Lib, that's a new one.
I'm going to go out to the gas station and get you Mad Lib. They probably have them right at Sunny Stop, too. You know,
is this really a thing you could buy?
Sure.
This is the silliest thing I've ever heard.
They're probably downloadable now on the internet. We'll download one for the 12 o'clock show today.
Mad Lib.
Mad Lib. Unless you guys can find one right now, we can put on. It's kind of like a Judy Herman brain exercise.
I've never heard of that.
You've heard of Judy Herman.
I know Judy.
So this would be a thing that Judy would create.
Yeah, but I've never heard of Mad Lib. I thought you were making this thing up.
No, remember there was like this cartoon guy. He had the messy hair, almost like Howdy Doody looking. And he's got from the comic books way back in the day.
The magazine was called Mad.
They make Mad Libs with his face on it.
And
There
they
you
used to
go.
do Mad Libs with him. They used to do things with him.
There
Is
you
that what
go.
it meant? But I didn't know it was called Mad Lib.
There you go. You have to fill in the blanks with the part of speech. I know you don't know parts of speech.
I don't know
Participles,
parts.
dangling participles, nouns, verbs, adjectives.
Participles.
And that.
I barely know English. Now you want me to know participles?
Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see Vinny back. I wasn't sure who was making it in today. I barely made it in today. I was really late this
Yeah,
morning.
what were you guys all drinking and I missed the
I don't
party?
know. I couldn't seem to get my act together this morning.
Wow. Vinny, did you go hang out after graduation? Did you go get drunk?
No, just went to work out and that's it.
That's it?
Yeah. I might do something family today though.
Did you watch graduation?
I saw parts of virtual stuff of it. The virtual ceremony of it.
What'd
I saw
they
my
do?
name up there. It's
Oh.
like, that's cool. And I just did my own thing.
Nice.
They
Very
had a
cool.
virtual
ceremony.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's nice.
I feel like I've missed half the world.
Where you been sleeping? You've been
I
crawling
was
from under
I was
the
doing
rock.
Sarah Spiritual till 8 o'clock.
I know, but just in general, I mean.
That was general.
So you had a good graduation, Vinny?
Yeah, I did. It was fun. I enjoyed yesterday.
I'm so glad we enjoyed it for you,
It
with
was
you.
fun. It's like the party that didn't want to stop.
I know. We got to find that one person, Vinny, that you wanted to spend it with. We're going to reach out to her, see if we can find her.
All right, so I got a subject matter that was brought to my attention, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys to see what you would think.
Okay.
So make sure, Slick, that you got a mic next to you. Make sure you light that up, and I don't know where the other one, Hum, is. Okay, yeah, it just has Hum. She knows.
We can put Val on your mic.
And we could bring Val on the mic. All right. So I was explained, Lucy. I was explained that the most romantic language is French.
Slick says it is. He
Slick,
says
let
it
me-
is, and then he shakes his head no.
Slick, let me finish the bit before you go. Yes.
He goes.
He shakes his head and says yes.
He goes, yes, it is.
Take it back. So I was told that French is the most romantic language because there are romantic languages. I always thought Spanish was part of that grouping. Yeah, I know. That's the face I'm getting. Not so much no more.
Well, it's not considered a romance language.
Yes,
it doesn't
it
mean
is.
it's not romantic.
Oh,
They don't consider it,
absolutely
But I
is.
think it is.
Spanish was considered until you guys started writing books about words like "I'm angry" that becomes a book. Oh, Mad Lib, don't get that. But I was told that French is the most sexiest language on the planet. Do you agree with that?
No.
Do you agree with that, Vincenzo? Vinny?
Someone speak French to me first, though.
Do you think a woman who speaks French is more romantic than a woman who speaks Spanish?
I feel like they're on different levels, like different styles of how they speak it.
Do you think a woman who speaks French is seems more educated than somebody who speaks Spanish?
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Just because you speak a different language.
Valerie, you gonna make it?
There.
I think Portuguese. I look at what Danielle Boujon does. You want to talk romance and sexy, whole nother level, and there's no
Yeah, but
language coming out of
Portuguese
that.
is just like Spanish.
Well,
I
that's what I'm
understand
saying.
Portuguese.
That's what I'm saying. You talk about sexy and
So you
romantic.
think Portuguese is sexier than French? Absolutely, not even in the same planet.
I think it depends who's speaking it. It's the deliverer of the information.
I'm not talking about the person. And you see, now you're changing the equation.
But it has to be. It has to be the person. You can speak English and you can just say the right thing to that right person, and that is the most sexy, romantic thing ever. And then you could speak in French or Spanish and it not be the right person. You say, yeah, not so much. Just my opinion.
So if you tell somebody, go get me a sandwich, and you make it romantic, it will appear romantic, even though it's that sentence itself is not,
I think so.
So it's all about delivery.
That's what I think.
That's what I wanted to get to. That's where I wanted to go
That's
with
because
this
I'm
whole
old,
thing.
though. Maybe when if
Well,
I
what
were
about the
younger,
kids?
and
You guys
they have a
think that
different perspective.
you think delivery is more important than the words being said?
She says yes.
Okay, that's Val. Says yes. Vinny?
Yeah.
What about Mr. Dome? What do you think? He's saying yes 3 times. So delivery,
They don't work.
it doesn't work? So delivery is more important than anything else. Is that
That's what I think.
Interesting.
In my opinion, it would be the delivery is more important. The deliverer of the information.
If they try to seduce me, they better deliver it right.
However, if you watch like a James Bond movie, is he ever so romantic in English? Sean Connery, but he has an accent. Accents, I think, kind of get you every time. But it doesn't matter. It's just the accent. It's the
You just like
it's the
Sean
James
Connery.
Bond kind of thing.
You just like Sean Connery.
well,
That's all. No, there is no well. It's exactly
Even-
what it is.
what's his name? Tom Selleck. Back in the day when he did
president,
Magnum.
Tom Selleck?
When he did
Because the
Magnum.
president Tom Selleck looks like Theodore Roosevelt.
No, but back in the day when he did Magnum PI,
Yeah.
he could have said anything to anyone in English. In his, Corvette in Hawaii, it would have been fine too. Just saying. But anyway, what's your conversation?
Well, I got to turn the modulation down on the microphones are way over modulated.
Well, then how you doing?
Hold on.
He just left.
He just got up and left.
That madman.
So, Madman Freddy, Mad Lib Freddy. Tomorrow we've got your gym coming on. Today we've got a
that's better.
great
I was just trying
bakery,
to
for lack
make.
of better
you
words.
have
She's
to-
making
when this is
marshmallows,
popping
stuffed
in the red, it's
marshmallows from the
overmodulated.
inside out.
My son from Tampa says
I
we were
know.
way
And Teddy's on
overmodulated.
vacay, so Teddy, have a great time. We miss you. We got
My
Balance
son
Liquor and
said we were
everything.
way overmodulated.
I like it. He goes, did he just get up and walk out? I went, yeah, pretty much.
Well, no,
In the
I
middle
mean,
of a conversation. You've
well-
been hanging out with me too long.
no. The reason that I'm bringing this up. This is a good. How's that, Gio? Is it better? The reason I'm bringing it up is that the bell ring was turned up too high. Is that sometimes delivery is always more important on how you deliver it than the things that you say and do. Like just happened right now. I got up and I turned the overmodulation down so that it doesn't hurt people's ears on the other side of Facebook. And they're like, "Oh, what is this?" You know what I'm saying? But the object of the game of streaming is live. There is no perfect science when it comes to streaming. That's what it's all about. You guys call it reality. TV reality. Let's do a reality show. So you see, cops on reality shows. You see cooking reality shows. You see things out there on reality shows.
Yeah.
So when they stick that label on it, you're permitted to do the most bizarre things there is.
I've come to a conclusion, though.
Uh-uh.
You know what my conclusion is? I've come to the realization what I think people are looking for. In my opinion, what people are looking for right now out of life and out of the world.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Vinny, what do you think people are looking for right now?
I want to say a simple time.
Go back to simple times?
Yeah. Or nostalgia. That works too.
Okay. Slick? What do you think people are looking for right now?
What's the question? He was paying attention to the board.
What do you think people are looking for to get out of life right now? I think it's different. Slick has an answer or no? How about you, Val? Are they answering me in there?
They're thinking.
What about you?
What? He said peace of mind.
Peace of mind. What do you think?
About?
What are people looking for right now? Am I sitting here by myself on an island feeding? I feel like it's you and me on this lily pad in the
that's a very
pond.
that's a very tricky question. What are people thinking about?
Things have changed.
Yeah, I think that people right now are looking for a way of doing things better. I think people are looking for ways of making sense out of things that don't make sense. I mean, think about it this way. I'll answer it with a question. How's
Okay.
that? The colleges have decided, the bigger colleges have decided to have a football season.
What's considered a
10
bigger
games.
college? Because I know Michigan
Alabama,
was just,
LSU,
Okay,
things of that nature.
all right.
The Pac-10 and them guys,
They're not.
they're not. Now,
I was
What are
thinking
they-
more of individuals. And
okay,
people that
but
we
I'm
work with.
gonna answer to you.
Okay.
This. The reason that the big colleges want to have a season is those seniors that are playing football and want to have a career in the NFL
Right.
will never get the opportunity to show their stuff.
True.
So let's say that Vinny's playing football for 3 years at FAU, and he's a 5'2" player. He's one of the best. And because Vinny goes to FAU, he doesn't go to Alabama. Vinny will not be able to highlight himself this year because FAU isn't playing, but Alabama is. So the school has to make a business decision. So to answer your question, I think that what the people are looking for is to make a decision that will enhance them, that will make something profitable for them. I think right now it's all about the dollar, if you ask me. I think right now people are having such a hard time making ends meet that if you're going to make a move, you would like it to be profitable.
I was thinking that before. I was thinking before we even went into this, and as we went into this, people were just trying to financially stay afloat and pay their bills. But what I'm seeing and hearing from people that we're connecting with, and you've heard some of my conversations, people want to be motivated to actually get out of bed in the morning, to say, you know what, I'm worth it. I can keep going. And that is what I'm finding. It's more than the money. If they can monetize these things, but they're going, as Vinny said, going back to simpler times, they just want to be able to function.
How can you call a pandemic simpler times? Forget about that.
No. People want to have more the simple things in life. Maybe not the big cars and the boats and the jewelry. They want just to know
I'll
that
take the jewelry, and if you don't want your boat, you can give it to me too.
That it's
Listen,
okay. Yeah, but you and I are in a different situation. You and I have the fortunate opportunity to come to work every day,
yeah.
to have a crew, to do what we do. We haven't missed a beat visibly. Have we missed a beat inside here? Absolutely, but people don't see that. But people are having a hard time just getting out of bed every day.
No, you know what? Get out of bed.
Well,
all right?
if Freddie says, get out
Freddie
of bed.
says, get the hell out of bed.
Freddie says, get out of bed.
Listen, Mad Libs. Pamela Chanel apparently is laughing to death, and she's with you. And Gio says, okay, here we go. Gio thinks German is the most romantic language.
That's
German,
interesting.
right. German is nothing more than stones coming out of your mouth. Nice try. And now Pamela says Italian is very romantic.
Italian is a romantic
It
language.
is. I mean, how many times can you order spaghetti and meatballs? Absolutely.
Well, no, how many times can you sit and just listen to a romantic Italian ballad or opera, something like that? Romantic?
No, I don't see it. I
Roses,
think
a
Spanish is
bottle
the
of
most
wine.
romantic language. Es riquísimo. Es riquísimo. It's the person that says it.
It's the deliverer.
It delivers.
You and the Mad Lib. We're going to download
It's the
some Mad
Uber
Libs
driver.
this morning. I'm going to bring a printer in here so I can download and print out some Mad Libs.
This is hilarious. I don't think that people know what they want right now. You know, I see, like, people were telling me, I'm taking a course at Harvard. And this is a true story. I got up, went to the radio station. Somebody said to me, I'm taking a course at Harvard. I says, okay. And? Well, yeah, I'm in Harvard. I said, Harvard. I said, the one in Boston? Yes. I said, okay. Because they're allowing you to take courses online anywhere in the world.
Correct.
You have the money, they'll let you take it.
Correct.
So I guess they wanted to impress me with the fact that they were taking a course at Harvard.
And what was the course?
What difference does it make? I am taking a Harvard course on how to knit my socks.
Yeah, there's a lot of online courses right now. People can do anything from anywhere. You don't have to go. There's not even applications, I think, to be accepted. It's just about what I said, bettering who you are, taking the opportunity to better and level up you.
I think I'm going to take a course at Harvard, Yale,
Columbia,
and Princeton today. English, Spanish, and math.
the
No, I wouldn't
romance
do that.
languages.
No, I don't want to do that either. That's boring. Romance languages. You ever seen when people try to learn a new language? Vinny, how many languages you speak?
Only English and Portuguese,
Oh, that's good. You speak fluent Portuguese?
here and there.
Here and there. Okay. What was that called? A Rosetta Stone?
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen? You guys have a Rosetta Stone?
I do in Spanish.
Who has a Rosetta Stone? Oh, you used it in high school?
I knew it sounded like Hector.
I'm saying,
morning.
what the? It scared the hell out of me. What did you learn with the Rosetta Stone?
Not
Hector,
much.
sit over here. I want to see you. Put that one of those mics on. So what did you learn? So you learned Spanish and you're Latina, right? You're hilarious. And Slick, what did you learn?
He should talk into a mic so we could actually hear
You're
him.
talking into your microphone, right?
No.
I
He
don't
goes, oh,
know.
no, not at all. I know he's not. 'cause I know
So,
where
so
he is,
you're
I know where
giving
the
me a whole
microphone
sentence
is.
and nobody can hear. So
Exactly.
he learned Spanish? Is that what he said? Spanish? Rosetta Stone. Right next to you. What's
Oh.
your person?
Okay, I learned French and Spanish but I should have paid attention to
Tell you
more
what, so why don't we go to
of
commercial
both.
break? We'll help you out in there.
Oh, I hear him. He
Yeah.
learned French and Spanish.
Yeah.
He speaks me.
He speaks
You guys can't hear me, but I learned French and Spanish,
I bought Rosetta
guys.
Stone. I never took it out of the packaging.
You still have a new Rosetta
I
Stone?
think so.
Yeah.
Really?
And then I think someone wanted it and borrowed it, and it was so old. But I figured the language didn't change, so I think I gave it away. I was going to learn Spanish. Remember when I met you 10 years ago at that party?
You were going to learn Spanish?
Well, we wanted to reach into the Hispanic market in Miami, so it was a really good idea for me to learn Spanish. And guess what happened?
But you speak Spanish.
I bought Rosetta Stone. I met you. I never took it out of the box, and you never taught me Spanish. You only teach me the bad words.
That's not true. No, no. I don't teach doing this. I don't even know the bad words. Mad lib.
Mad Libs. Freddie's bad words in Spanish is what it is.
You're hilarious.
Yeah, 10 years ago, and I still never learned it.
And you still haven't learned it.
I
But
haven't learned
but it isn't true because we had a conversation here in Spanish with the Fuego ladies and you knew everything that was being said.
I can pick out words here and there, but I can't communicate it effectively. Certainly not in no romantic sense of the word.
So I guess German is out and Pamela says people want to reinvent. Well, it's funny because she has a show called
The Reinvented Life
Reinvented
Network.
Life. I
Peop-
think people do want to reinvent. I think they just don't know what stone to step on. You know how I look at life?
Yeah.
You're in a very strong brook, a very strong stream.
Okay.
And if you step on the wrong stone, you're going to get washed away.
Speaking like I stepped on the wrong wire yesterday and hit the table.
Yes, and that was a very interesting piece you did. But I see myself stepping on the right stone.
Okay.
And if you don't, you're going to get wet. So when you reinvent yourself, you know you want to get to the other side. The question is, how do you get there?
Well, here's something really interesting. Remember, years ago, we met Joe Engelson of the Gratitude Training Program. Token
Okay,
Joe.
yes,
right?
Token Joe.
We met Token Joe. A tremendous program, and everyone knows Joe Engelson, and everyone knows the Gratitude Training Program. 15,000 square feet she has. Unbelievable. It really set the stone for so many programs and coaches in our area.
Thousands of people.
So she has a post. She has been closed
All
all this time.
That was a
15,000
hurricane.
square feet that's sitting empty. No teachers, no students, nada. So she's taking this time, and I'm glad Pamela Chanel said that, not to reinvent, but in essence to reinvent, to relook at it, to rebrand, to take a step back and say what's next for gratitude training. Which is interesting because she could easily, I would think, go online and do it online like everybody else is, but yet she's not. She could easily, in my opinion, take part of that 15,000 square feet and socially distance a few people and do training, but she has not, which leads me to believe she's got something big coming. I was told that when famous celebrities take their Instagram down, which apparently they do, to start over, it means something big is coming. You just take it out, wipe it clean, and people wait to see what's coming next. New branding, new imaging, new things.
Would you take down 5 years of work and start new?
Well, I was thinking about, do we take down our social media and start over? What would that look like for us? We're not celebrities, so I don't think our following would come back as quickly as celebrities do, is my
I think
question.
it'd be is as ineffective as it is now. What's the difference?
But big celebrities take things down. Taylor Swift, apparently, I heard, took hers down. See
Yeah,
what
but
was coming
Taylor
next.
Swift is on another planet. She does that all the time. She she fights with people and
That's what I heard. See
stuff
what was
like that.
coming next.
But would you guys stop doing what you're doing? Would you be honest with yourself to say, this isn't working, let me try something else? Would you reinvent what your mission was? Would you do that? Hector, would you do that?
Can you
We've done
open
that.
up the lobs, please, Slick?
Open up the lock. Hector has done that. Hey, you started one thing, it wasn't working, you went to something else. Okay, now, what if you were, what if you would have done, if you would have done it for 3 or 4 years, would you change it?
I mean, technically, that is technically what happened.
3 or 4 years?
Yeah, this is like I said. This wasn't the first thing I was planning to go into.
Okay, what was the first thing you were planning on?
I was, like I said, originally I studied game art and design, but things again, South Florida wasn't exactly the most. It's fine.
Oh, we can take it down.
It's
can leave it,
fine.
it's
Nobody's,
fine.
it's fine. We're
okay.
mostly focusing. It's a split screen. Most people aren't going to pay that much attention to the details being showed up on screen. Like I said, South Florida. Like I said, this part of South Florida, even though it supposedly has a very strong, what's it called again? See, the fact that I can't remember what it is kind of tells how long ago it was. The thing is, for what I studied, it's not nearly as well. It was supposedly growing in South Florida, but it's not nearly as prominent as it was in Orlando, and I didn't have money to move to Orlando. And it's definitely not nearly as sought out as places like, say, Los Angeles, Seattle, or some parts of Canada.
And what was it you were looking to do?
I wanted to make video games. I still remember some of the details on how to make assets, which is part of the reason I went into animation in the first place. But even then, being a freelance animator is not exactly simple. So I guess that's kind of why I started doing animation for the Brooklyn Cafe and interned the Amp Productions.
Now, can you put together a video game, soup to nuts?
I don't know how to program. That's the other thing. I am a horrible. Like I said, don't ever ask me to do anything more technical than I already know. I will probably set something up on fire by accident.
Yeah, but that is.
Except you cook, and I have to tell you, I'm missing the next recipe. I need to go back into our archives and find out what to make next, because in my mind, this little hobby
You've actually been following those?
Yeah.
Have you tried any?
Your side hustle of cooking and baking?
No, the question is, have you tried any of them?
Yes.
Which one?
The pancakes.
How'd they come out?
Spectacular.
She does them every Sunday.
Like I said,
Every Sunday we make pancakes.
Like I said, the secret ingredient is white vinegar, and it's surprising.
Exactly what I'm saying. When I told my daughter that the first time, she goes, "No." She goes, "I think I'm going to do orange juice." I go, "Hector said white vinegar." And that's what your side hustle of cooking and baking that you do for fun and enjoyment, those side hustles for people actually become a career for them. And it switches, because that is what makes you smile. When I see you smile that the white vinegar is a surprising ingredient,
I was
that's
shocked
what
when
lights
I
you
heard
up.
that,
I
yeah.
know.
I was shocked. It's funny because Lenny does music melodies yesterday.
Yep.
And he selected 10 songs, and we walked down the road of what these songs, the significance of them. And I'm going to tell you something. He picked songs that I grew up on. I didn't have the faintest idea. And me and what's his name? What's the new kid's name?
Shane?
Not Shane.
I call him Shane. Pierre. I always
Pierre.
call him Shane. I'm getting like you.
Me and Pierre sat here and we started talking about the different things that the songs represented. Now, I think that Lenny works with his father in the accounting business.
Yes.
And he was a salesman. And I see another career for him. I mean, he has to get better on the piano. I know that. But I sort of like this throwback style that he has cooking.
But I love your baking. I love how you introduce your segment. I love how you stand there and then you voice over it just with your hand movements and your expressions. It's a totally different take on doing a segment. And I love that. And that's your creative mind. And because of that, Vinny now wants to do a kids show. And you've inspired him to think out of the box and add to our kids'
Well, he's
network.
willing to try different things.
But I love that. I love that you guys think out of the box and say it. And it doesn't mean it changes your show. It just gives us more places that we can share them, that we can distribute. It gives us a more overall distribution that we can put you here, we can put you there, we can put Lenny in Studio B, we can put Lenny on the Vinny on the Kids Network. It makes a distribution of a show. It gives you more leeway, in my opinion.
It's a nice compliment to when you're looking to see where your niche is. It's a nice compliment that along the way you've discovered that you do things really, really well.
And I love that you give it to your mom at the end of every segment. And you
Oh,
watch,
God.
you sit down and eat with her.
There's only 2 segments, but
But
okay.
I think that's awesome.
Isn't that the point? Isn't that the point of learning to cook, to share with someone else?
For you, it is, yeah.
Well,
And
maybe-
that's a nice message.
But maybe you add that into the segment. You ever notice on some of the cooking shows at the end of the cook, they have a table
That's what he does with his mom.
and they have
with
the
whoever,
glasses.
with whoever's available.
But
it
I'm
wasn't you-
talking about on shows, and then they call up.
I remember.
They call up people from the.
I know. I remember. I remember seeing Cooking Channel back when I had cable.
Well, I remember seeing it because at the end of the show, you got invited to come up and eat, and it was two strangers, and like if there was a couple that wouldn't they wouldn't have both of them come up. They would have two different strangers, and they come, and people used to run up there. I got picked to eat this whatever.
Which I love that, and it totally changes the delivery of it. I can't wait to see, Vinny, what you're going to do on the Kids Network. We threw out so many ideas yesterday. Have you been synthesizing them at all?
He
Really?
doesn't synthesize.
He does.
He's a man of the moment type of deal.
No, he's working hard. It's like the man behind.
I
the
think that he's
computer.
discovered that he gets looked at and listened to more than he even thought. It's funny, you guys seem to think that people aren't following or watching what you put out there, and it isn't true. They are. A lot of people watch your cooking segments. A lot of people. I wanted to talk to Valerie today.
Now
people-
come on out, grab a love.
People were talking to me about they want to see more of Valerie. They think that Valerie likes just to do a little something and just hide away. Mia, isn't Mia doing a show today? Right? Mia's show, outstanding stuff. We're going to try something different using the main stage for her today. We got Jay Harmon coming on this afternoon. I got to tell you something, Jay. The bar has been set. Amy and you right now are neck and neck in numbers. And I am dying to see. Now, on Channel 9 on Sunday night, I wanted to tell Jay,
What's
you know,
Channel 9?
on my TV. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is.
Okay.
But I was watching because I was talking to Jay. You know that Jay is doing a drawing on the set.
Yes.
And he's talking to people on how to do it and with pencil. And he started a little bit of it last week. So you remember the guy with the afro? What was his name?
Bob Ross.
He's back on.
Is he?
I thought
He's
dead.
back on.
Didn't he die? Didn't he die like 10 years ago?
Well, then he's back on. Dead.
In reruns?
They're running
they're
reruns.
totally reruns.
Oh my God! And he
Are
did.
these from the 70s?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
They did a landscape piece
He does always
on black
landscapes, yeah.
paper. Landscape piece with mountains and snows and trees. I watched it for an hour.
It's
I was
relaxing, isn't
mesmerized.
it? It is relaxing, isn't it?
Yes.
It is. Now, what that show is missing is some relaxing music, is what I would have put on there.
Sometimes less is more. I kind of disagree. I mean, part of the reason that the Bob Ross painting with Bob Ross show worked so well is because you kind of just had to focus on him only.
Well, they had it on the canvas, like we do here.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to. But I mean, and when you're painting and trying to follow along with what he does,
Oh,
you're
forget
not
about
focusing
it.
You're not
He had
focusing-
this huge thing with paints on it, and then he had a brush. He kept smacking it to whiffle it, and then this little tool that he used, which is unbelievable, to mix the colors. That's what got to me.
What, a palette knife?
Like he used to use black with the white and the blue and the green,
That's how,
and he used to put it on the trees.
well, that's how color works.
Well,
But-
look at this piece we have behind us. We have a new sunrise here, a new dawn.
But he made it feel like I could do it, Hector.
You
Like
can?
I get up there, I can't even draw a stick figure. What are you kidding me? But he made me feel for 1 hour, I think I can do that. So I wanted to talk to Jay tonight because that's what we're trying to recreate here. Because Jay's very good at teaching.
Yep.
And if you make it so that you think you can do this thing, like Hector's cooking, he makes it look really simple, and he's funny at it. And I feel like I can make bread. I can make cookies. I can make the oatmeal segment is the one that got to me. You put a lot of oatmeal in there.
That's how much oatmeal. It's how much oatmeal it takes.
I never knew that. It was amazing.
So I want to go into our archives and maybe pull the oatmeal segment and play that on Saturday.
It's a nice piece.
You're redoing your kitchen right now?
It's more like they're trying to fix the sink.
Oh, okay.
Well, the funny thing
You're
is,
trying to fix the sink.
well, it's really easy. It's just take the elbow, put a new one in. The funny thing is that
Yeah, would you like to contribute? It's not exactly cheap.
what, to change an elbow?
No, not the elbow. Change the entire sink.
It is cheap.
Where?
I taught my son how to do it. We'll talk after the show. It's really simple. I'll show you a real easy trick. Really simple, Hector. I'm serious.
What, change the pipe?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
yeah,
show,
I know
I'll
screws-
show you.
I know screws are.
It's just elbows.
Yeah.
But getting back to the reinventing of yourself, it's important that you have an idea, no matter what it is, right? You know, an egg comes from a chicken, and you put the eggs on the counter. You know the egg is there, the sugar's there, the flour is there. You know it's there. But mixing that together is who you are. So as long as you know this, and I'm pointing to the man behind the shirt, or the woman behind the shirt, You can make all those ingredients fantastic.
It's fun. I was talking to someone yesterday, and she says to me, and this is a connection that a friend of ours, who I was telling you, says, you have to meet this person. They're fantastic and spectacular, and they are. And she says, tell me what you do. And I told her, and she says, wow, you said that really well. Like, you really believe in what you do. I said, I 100% really believe in what I do. She said, did you read that? I said, no, as a matter of fact, I'm sitting on the floor with my phone plugged into a charger so I don't lose connect. I lost her 4 times on connection. She went, wow, that's what you do? You really believe in helping people and growing their mission and amplifying their impact on your platforms?
Was she surprised by her?
Yes. I said, all day long. She said, and this is what you do for a living, full time? I said, all day long. She said, this is all you do? I said, this is all. That little bit is all we do. 100%. We create platforms for people to amplify their business, amplify their impact, and share it on a diverse set of multimedia platforms is what we do all day long.
That's right. Now, I have a
And
question.
she went, wow.
Somebody just wrote in the question. I want to ask the crew.
Okay.
Do you think that if you took a class today, let's say that things were back to normal, and you took a class today
On what?
on multimedia, on television production, on anything in that field, do you think you could teach the class?
I worked in post-production. I don't think you could do anything in multimedia that isn't that.
But do you think you could teach that class? Let's call it.
Post-production? What, like beginners, After Effects? Totally.
You're using the word beginner. I'm using the word teach. Can you teach? Do you have enough confidence in what you've learned here and in yourself to teach it?
Yes, I have a master's degree. I'm technically qualified to teach in the field that I am learning. Just
So
by,
you can teach the class. Okay.
Yeah.
That's important. Hold on to that. Vinny, do you think you can go in and teach at FAU a class on what you've learned here?
Nah,
Not yet?
not yet. I don't think I'll be a good teacher.
Not talking about the teaching aspect. I'm talking about, do you think you're qualified enough to teach it?
No,
Do you think you'll be ahead of the curve of everybody in there to learn it?
possibly.
All right. So again, it depends on your definition of teaching. What about you guys in there? Can you teach a class?
Did she say, huh?
Yes. Can you teach a class with the things that you've learned here? You think you can either teach it or you'll be way ahead of the curve if you took the class? Yeah.
Teach a class.
The what?
I think I could teach a class.
She
I
can
think you
teach
could
a
take a
class.
class. What about you, Don?
Which one?
I could teach a class. I could teach a class, definitely. Most definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you.
Can't
thank
hear
you,
me.
Thank you.
Most definitely.
Yes. It's a yes. Okay. The funny thing is, before I started this business, I was learning it. Never in my mind did I think I could teach it. But now that I've learned what I've learned, and we do it every day, I could teach it. I
You
could
do
teach it
every
real
day.
every day. But the funny thing is, I don't look at it that way. So when you get up in the morning, and yes, you get up in the morning, don't stay in bed. Stay in bed, you're dead. If you stay in bed, you're dead because you just get lazier and lazier and get more depressed. And yeah, things are tough. You don't want to go down that road. But you get up, learn a new trade. Learn something different. And put it forward and see what happens. Is that how you reinvent life?
For some people, I think reinvention looks different for everybody. It's what they want out of it. But you know what I've learned
I'm afraid to ask.
at the opportunity that we get to teach and the incredible people that we get to meet. We've got new guests all the time. I can't even count, Freddie, how many guests that we have interviewed in the course of what
Thousands.
we've been doing. It has to be. And now with 3 hours of content a day, we are always looking for content. So one thing is I have people now send us their pitch. We got a spectacular pitch first thing this morning. It's someone who's watching our show, wants to meet us. They love what you and I talk about, the platforms we offer. And they sent, even on Messenger, didn't have our emails, a spectacular pitch. People send us their pitch. And all the things that we teach, we spoke to Brenda Warren yesterday. All the things that we say, 1, promote yourself. 2, be you. 3, be camera ready. All the little things, the nuances that we think make sense. Now I put it all in an email. And I send it stepwise because I realize that this is a form of teaching. And as much as you and I considered a conversation, because you and I do this all day long for years, it becomes second nature. For other people, it's not second
Yeah,
nature.
but I read your email.
You didn't see what I sent to her.
I
That's
saw
another
what
email.
you sent me this email, and I was a little intimidated. It's a little intimidating.
So I've shortened it.
Thank God.
And now I do bullet points 1, 2, 3, 4 because I've learned from that. Again, you and I think about it globally. We've done this for so long. Other people who are just trying to put their toe in and reinvent who they are need step 1. Step 2, believe in you. It's your message.
What
it's
is
not ours.
what is the one thing that holds you back from reinventing yourself?
Fear.
That's right.
Wait till you see today's show.
Everything's about that fear. Now I want to also
That's what
congratulate
today's show is about, by the way.
What?
1 o'clock. Fear.
the lack of or the too much of.
What fear does.
What did I say?
No is a complete sentence.
Yes, in so many different aspects.
1 o'clock today. Tune in for that.
It's funny. I got the thumbs up about the 2 darling little girls that were on the show yesterday at 1 o'clock.
Oh,
Our
they're
new ambassadors
incredible.
for the
Kids in Capes.
Kids in Case for the Children's Network. A lot of people were commenting about how cute they are and everything else. And I'm going to tell you something about these 2 little girls. These little girls are all business. I and Dawn have sat here. Val has sat here. We've edited the piece. When they're doing the piece, they'll tell you if they're happy with the piece. I mean, you're talking about an 8 and 10-year-old, correct?
One of my favorites is when they say, "Can I count it down before they go record?" 1, 2, 3. So they count it up, but they tell me they're counting down. I love that.
And then they go, "Can we do this again? I'm not very happy with it." I'm like,
Cut. Got to go again.
I said, what was wrong with it? It wasn't good enough. And they're 8 and 10. So when they become 20 and 18, they already have this logistics in their brain, and they're going to be top notch.
But yesterday was totally unscripted.
Totally. But I did that on purpose. I wanted to see how they were
But
handled.
how were they unbelievable?
Giovanni says that he could teach this.
Well, we know Giovanni teaches us this every day. That we know.
You know, Giovanni, it's really funny because when you went to school, you didn't keep your big mouth shut. So it's funny now that you're willing to teach it. Instead of,
He teaches us every day.
he does. The funny thing is that I ask him every day to repeat it because I got a 58-year-old brain that has a lot of
And
stuff
that's when he
jammed in
says,
there.
"Dawn, you got this?"
Yeah, so now I have people talk to him. It's the same thing. I have people talk to you because you don't understand my English either.
Your English is so very sexy. I wonder how your Spanish is. I don't understand that either.
My Spanish is fantastic.
Freddie's Mad Libs is what it is.
Mad Lib. Heck, do you know what a Mad Lib is?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you do.
Why? Why not that? Well, not that.
I never heard of that.
What? You mean those little pamphlets that are just full?
Oh, they come
full
in
of par-
pamphlets.
No, that's what it is. The pamphlet. It's a paragraph full of blank. A full paragraph that's this whole written story with a full blank, bunch of blanks where you have to fill. You got to fill in with words like adjectives, nouns, pronouns, a thing.
He's hilarious.
What? You never seen that before?
No,
No.
I didn't. I'm not a master. I don't have a master's. I barely have a degree.
They give them to children.
See?
I wasn't a child. I was hatched as a reptile.
Children vacation time, 100%. What is so funny. And we have a new promotion spot tomorrow. Jade is going to be joining us. Jade_Empire. Check out this little girl's Instagram. She is the guest on Veggie Vero's Adventures of Veggie Vero.
Was that
which
what you
airs
sent me yesterday?
Saturday morning at 9 a.m. And it's a new segment. She recorded it here last week. She danced on the stage. And truly unbelievable what she did. So that was really cool. And she made vegan Rice Krispie treats. And if you see the episode, of course, it opens up with me eating, which is so lovely. You want to behind the scenes look at what it is. I've got my glasses on at our studio table eating this vegan Rice Krispie treat, which is amazing. And yes, our show is airing on MobiPop. Thank you to everyone who helped get that link up and going again. You can keep us down, but only for so small
The
time.
reinvented life. It finally is working again. I like that. And you got the new logo underneath. Is that a new logo?
Yes, it is.
Amplify. You know, not for nothing, but the Rican don't know how to spell amplify, and you went and you use that word. And I get confused all the time. I misspell it. You know, my spelling is not very good.
That is our tagline. Yes, our MobiPop has been updated. You can find our MobiPop. For those of you that don't have social media, you can download our MobiPop and watch it live there. All you have to do is text. 55312 is the number, and the message is CAFE. You can save it on your home screen and watch us live all the time. Go back into our archive shows and see a little bit about who we are.
I also wanted to touch real quick on OTT. You guys know what OTT is, right? OTT. Anybody in the funny room know OTT? That's gonna be the funny one.
Yeah, you know me.
I think it's the funniest name, OTT.
OTT is used in Europe. It was used back when. Man, it's funny because Gio used to say to me, "What does that mean?" And over the top is the way that they may need to understand it. But apparently, if you're not Netflix or any of the big players, Hulu, and you're on Amazon and Roku, right below them, it's OTT.
Your OTT.
So you can get your Amazon Fire Stick box, or you can get your Roku box. You can follow us on there as well.
People have been downloading us. What are we up to? 100 and almost 200,000 homes. You
We're,
told me.
we're down to about 148,000.
Okay.
Freddie hasn't been able to keep up with it.
Keep up with the times.
It's a lot of work.
I know.
But yes, so you can keep up with that. You can also podcast us. Me and my son got into an argument about that yesterday. Apparently, a podcast is done strategically a different way.
Okay.
Like this show should not be a podcast. Did you know that? So remember the time that we did a podcast and we turned off the cameras?
Yep.
And we just did the recording? We're going to do that
Okay.
again. We are going to do an official, this is the way you do a podcast deal.
Why
And
don't
we're
we
going to have
do
all
it?
sorts of sounds.
Why don't we
and
do it
stuff.
for Friday night? And air it on WNN when we go live, well, when we air at 7 o'clock on Friday nights. You want to do it?
You mean just podcast it?
That's what radio is, isn't it?
No.
Oh.
This is what he was
Oh,
explaining to
podcast
me.
and radio are different also?
Different.
Interesting. All right, he's going to have to teach
It's
me
a
that
different
one.
entertainment.
You're going to have to teach me that one. I'm excited because we got 2020 Vision coming up at 10 o'clock.
Do we?
We
Do
do.
we?
We had them come early. 2020 Vision is at 10, 10:30.
I didn't know that.
I think we've got Mia. We've got 11 o'clock Business Kitchen with Natalia Levy, which also airs live on WNN Radio. 11 o'clock, right in the middle of your wealth station and information. And Fuego at 11:30.
We got
And
Jay
then back
Harmon.
to us at 12. We got stuffed marshmallows, stuffed cheese sticks, and then we're talking about fear and how no is a complete sentence.
How are you going to have marshmallows and then talk about fear?
It's called a commercial break.
I know, you're diabetic.
I know. That's my biggest fear.
Because people are watching what we're eating. We've gone from pizza and
He's a
cake
funny
to
dude.
marshmallows. I know.
So we're going to do that. And then we have 2:30. We have Jay Harmon's. I like the thing you guys called it, but that wasn't the name of the show.
The Pencil Artist Show?
No.
I know it's not, but I like that name.
Talking art. Speaking art or something.
But I like Jay Harmon, the Pencil Artist Show. But that's just my opinion. And then this afternoon, we've got a special edition of Small Talk with Val airing at 5 o'clock.
We do?
We do. We are changing
mean-
our demographic.
Wow. Really?
Yep.
I'm
Small
impressed.
Talk with Val. We're looking at the numbers.
Val, what are you going to be talking about? A DJ? A female DJ? Female DJ. Spin them records, baby.
5 o'clock. So we're changing the demographic and we're reaching out to the audience when they are finished with their workday instead of in the middle of their workday.
And what do we got tonight?
Tonight we have got Kids in Capes. They've changed their time, 7 o'clock tonight on WNN Radio. And then at 7:30, a live 2-minute warning with Benny Blades.
Who has, I think, Crockett from the Los Angeles Raiders.
So we got a full day
LA
ahead
Raiders.
of us. So long day, we're here. So reach out to us anytime. Always call us at the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A. It's kind of like our office line because we're here tonight until about 8:30.
Yes, so check it out. Fuego's also going to be at 11:30. We got all sorts of good stuff for you to enjoy on the network. And yes, I made an announcement. California Dreaming Studios is a reality, even though she doesn't believe me. I am making it happen. So you're going to see Coast to Coast
With Pamela Schill David.
with Pamela. We're going to have some other people on that network as well. Easier to follow a network than to follow shows. That's the concept.
All right.
Reinventing myself.
Have a great morning, everyone. Don't go far. Grab a cup of coffee. Come on right back because we've got 2020 Vision joining you in just a few moments. Have a great morning and be kind to each
And
other.
don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can pick in every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me